So really kind of the simplified way of looking at sales, our sales process, especially using NEPQ and NLP and all these things, is that you got to define the negative situation of why we're meeting with the client. I don't care if it's mortgage protection, final expense, or teacher retirement. Why are we meeting? What's important about you talking to me? Then the second one is, what do they want to accomplish? What's the desired destination of what they want to accomplish? Right. And then what are the negative implications of not doing anything about it now, doing anything about it today? They arrive at that future and they haven't taken care of it. So tell me about how that impacts you. And then your presentation, your solution is, here's, would you like me to show you how we can take care of that and why this is a unique solution for you that will be that will get you what it is you're looking for. So those are kind of the four categories that you're taking a client through. And again, all this is very emotional. Like all the 7 steps of the submarine fit into each of these categories. But, like the bond rapport goes through every single one of these 4 categories. But the important thing is sometimes people overemphasize bond rapport especially in telesales. It happens throughout the whole thing. Really, we want to create credibility with them, that we want to understand what they want. So the negative situation is, what's the problem? Tell me why we're talking. What is important for you that we're talking about this? Well, I want to make sure that I can retire. I'm not sure I'm doing everything I need to do to retire. Okay, so then you define the problem by this. You want to find out what's the impact of the problem on them. So tell me, what's the impact of you getting to retirement and realizing you don't have enough money? How long have you felt like this, that you need to do something about your retirement? Last 6 months, last 12 months. How long has this has become an issue where you want to do something? Tell me what, and this could be, why do you feel like that? What's the cause of this? Did something trigger you to want to talk to me? Tell me what you're currently doing to solve this. Do you have 403Bs, 401k? What are you currently doing? And then why is that not enough in your mind? Well, I don't know if it's not enough. Maybe it is enough. I just don't know. Okay. So you're telling me that, so why is what you're currently doing not solving your problem? Is there anything additional that I need to know about? And then, the trigger moment is, so what triggered you to want to decide to meet with me? Tell me about that. So that's all pain finding, right? But it's all done in a very systematic way by impact, duration, the root cause. What are you currently doing that's not working? What's the trigger moment? That all brings out not only urgency, but pain that they need to solve. Okay. So the destination is, where do you want to go with this? What would you like to see as an outcome? Tell me what your goal is. What specifically is your goal? Well, I want to be able to retire, comfortably. So what does comfortably mean? To define comfortably, is that an income level? Do you want to be able to retire with enough money, but also make sure that that money doesn't run out? Is that a goal for you, that you don't outlive your retirement? Okay. So what you're doing is defining the goal, what they want. You're getting very specific, at the same time expanding it to something they never even thought about. Well, I never thought about outliving my money. Okay, well, you save up a certain amount of money, that you can only live off that much. Now, a pension will last the rest of your life, right? But, we're talking about helping you retire with financial dignity. So it always comes down to money. The money turns into the mission, right? I mean, the money that they want to, the money problem that they're seeing, then so you define the goal, you've expanded the goal, then it's commitment. So are you committed to doing something? Is this a priority for you? Or is this one of those things where you get the information from me and then you decide, well, I'll get around to it when I can get around to it. And so you're trying to find out the commitment level. Like, you're really committed to solving this now. How soon do you want to start seeing results of this? Why, how come you didn't do this 12 months ago? And why is it important now? Again, you're like digging in to the destination, or to get there, but you're letting them tell you, Then here's the kicker. So tell me, what happens if you don't get there? What's the problem if you not doing something now? You're retiring, and then you're making only $4,000 a month. 20 years from now, 10 years from now, 30 years from now. Tell me about how you live off that. Tell me the negative consequence of only having that amount of money. What happens if you don't do anything 12 months from now? How worse is it going to be? So you're really digging into the alternative of if you don't do anything right now. Again, now. Then finally, what you're doing is creating the solution, the prescription. Is once you've built them up to that consequence, then, okay, can I explain, is it okay to show you something that I think, a solution that's very unique to what we're able to do for hundreds of teachers just like you? Well, yeah, absolutely. Okay. So when you explain the solution, you got to remind them of their problems. So basically what you want to do is talk to me today because you're worried, again, emotional words, about not having enough money to retire in the future, not being in a position to live comfortably the way you define comfortably. And you want to make sure that you don't want to wait any longer because you've waited until now to take care of it, that you're looking to do something now. Is that a good summation of the issue that we're talking about here? Okay. So you're restating the problem, and then you're embedding the command of now, right? Today. Then, so you're reminding of the problem. Then you pre-frame your unique approach. So you give them the lens to look at the solution before you give them the solution, right? So you're saying something like, now look, there's a lot of people out there that are just going to try to help you invest in securities products and in ways that you're going to be able to lose money, not guaranteed to make money. And it's very unique in that way. But here's the other thing that's very unique about our program. Do you think taxes are going to go up 30 years from now or 20 years from now when you retire? Or are they going to go down? And they'll say they're going to go up. So the government takes a big chunk out of your income now, don't they, for taxes? And then you shut up. Yeah, they do. How would you like to have a solution to something that's very unique to us? Like, let me ask you a question. How would you like the aspect of how unique the solution is that it's tax-free as well. So it'll last the rest of your life and it's tax-free. So this is why we're unique, and we've helped hundreds of teachers like you get into a program like that, right? So we're going to show you, so you show them how we're going to do that for them. You present our solution. Again, this is maybe the third appointment.
Right.
Present our solution. So, you pre-frame on the second appointment, and then you can book the third appointment, or you can book another appointment, or you can do it now. It's like, okay, let me show you what I've figured out for you, right? And she showed them results, and then you show them, now, does this get you closer to what you were telling me you wanted, as far as what you want to have happen in your retirement? So can you see how this is different from anything you've tried in the past? Can you see how this is different than probably anything you've ever heard of before? Well, yeah. Okay. And then you're reemphasizing, why is this different? What do you like about it? Well, I like the tax-free, and this does definitely get me closer, Now, do you see any reason why you should wait to implement this? Because they already know the consequences of waiting. Right. So then you've created the lens on how to look at the solution. You've given them the solution, and then you're having them restate the lens that they're looking at the solution with the way that you've described it. And now it's like, so here's what I recommend. Let's go ahead and get this started. Let's book are you free tomorrow at 5 p.m. with your spouse? Let's go ahead and get this started.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, you close the appointment, you do whatever. Do you see any reason why we can't go ahead and get this started?
Right. Right.
So what you've done in just using these 4 basic principles of defining the negative situation, create their desired destination, going over the negative implications of not doing it, and then taking care of what they call a dynamic presentation. This is all NLP stuff. Pre-framing, reminding of their problem, pre-frame why our solution is unique and different. And then we show them the solution. And then we ask them, do you see how this is unique and different than anything you're currently doing, anything you've heard of? Boom. They sell you on why they want to do it. Does that make sense?
Oh, big time. Well, it's just, not only does it make sense, it's just, I'll tell you what's cool is the pace. I can go, there's so many little things. The pace, the reinforcement, getting them to actually convince, this is the part, like, convince us what we've just explained to them. You got to make me feel like you really understand this, and this solves your problem. Would this do that? Is that
so important?
And to me, something that to me is, like you just said, that's freaking huge and so important, because if they aren't bringing it back to us, okay, or if they ain't bringing it back to me to where I feel comfortable, then it ain't happened, in terms of they're not connected, and there's holes still in the game, or in the process, that haven't been filled, and they are going to be wishy-washy or whatever. But if you're going through the process, explaining the need or the pain, having them explain the pain, having them explain the goal that they want to achieve, finding out why they haven't done it yet. Okay. And is it important to you enough? Okay. Are those things? And the thing I loved is, you affirmed everything that they said they wanted. They said was their problem, that they said that they had not done yet, but it's now been brought out that it's really important that they do that. And so it's it's like I said, it's almost kind of like when we're going back to NL, you gotta get going, but the NEPQ and the NL, the other one, NLP. It's like,
Yeah.
we're guiding them
Yeah.
for their solution, for their defining of their problem. So it's aware to them, it's emotional to them, and they process their information that they just told us into a solution. And then we say, well, they're guidelines for a solution. And then we go, well, here's our solution. whoa, it actually fits your guidelines to the solutions and to the things that you want to accomplish. Here's our
Right.
unique factor and feature in this. Okay. Does that make sense to you? Does that seem like something you were talking about, or, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? So no, bro, I mean,
So yeah,
I got you.
absolutely.
I got you, dude.
What's important is that they feel that we heard them,
Hmm.
to instill in them a sense. And remember, it's all in your head. You got to get rid of the head trash of, I wonder if they're going to give me all these objections. I wonder, you know, because what you did was you took away all their objections because
Right.
it's all focused on them, not you.
Right.
Right? Because objections come up because you want them to do something, but you haven't figured them out. So why would you even suggest anything that could help them out? And then its objections come up because you're pushing them to do something they're not sure that they want to do. All this time they're telling you exactly what they want to do, and you're just showing them how you can open the door for them to get what they want. So at the end of the day, so let me give you some. How do you know you did a good job for the client? What questions you need to ask yourself. Number one, you got to ask, did I identify the problem that we can solve together? Did I identify that problem well enough? The second one is, did I expand the problem properly? The pain, did I expand it by asking the right questions so it becomes much more emotional as opposed to logical? Okay. Did I make them realize that their current process of trying to solve this is not working? It's broken. They're not getting done what they need to get done if they're going to continue to follow the process that they're on, right? Did I create a clear goal for them of what they're trying to accomplish in the future? Because everything's future pacing. Again, in NLP terminology, future pacing. I create a clear goal for them of what that future looks like, right? And then did I expand that goal? Okay, because we're trying to create the gap, right? So the gap of where they are today and where they're going to go versus where they want to be. And so they got a goal, but did we expand it to where it's a bigger goal of what they want to accomplish? And it's much more emotional of what they see that they can accomplish with us. You know, the next one is, did I speak to a greater goal for them? Their mission, what they want to accomplish, because this is where you like that goal is. So what did you want to do in retirement? Do you want to like travel? Do you want to see your grandchildren? What makes this important? Do you make that kind of money to be able to live? So this is part of the comfortable retirement. What does comfortable mean? Right. And so did you speak to the greater relevance of that income? Because it's only money, but what's that money allow you to do? Visit your grandchildren, see family, travel to places, that you never gone before. What does that mean? Then the next checklist question is, did I get them to admit that this is urgent, that the timing is urgent, and that I need to do it now? Did I get them to speak on that aspect to it? Next one is, did I get them to say they're committed? Are they committed to getting this solved now? Right? Did I get that commitment from them? Did I explain enough the cost of inaction? Cost of inaction. That's a buzzword that you're going to hear all the time from me. Cost of inaction. Do they explain it to me well enough? If they don't do it, then finally, did they agree on our unique solution? Did they agree that this is of value to them, that they want to implement it now? Did they agree to the uniqueness of the IUL, the uniqueness of how we can help them with final expense or whatever, whatever we're trying to sell, estate planning? Why are we unique in estate planning? All those unique solutions can be described with everything that we do, right? What's unique about final expense? The fact that I'm the unique person helping them. I'm going to be checking with you every year. I'm going to make sure you have enough. I've got other things that we can help you with, but I will be your personal agent to take care of you. The other unique thing is that I care enough to ask these questions. I'm not like the last 20 agents they sat down with because I'm concerned about identifying their problem, right? I'm concerned about understanding the desired outcome that they want. I'm concerned about the negative implications of not doing anything. And I'm concerned enough to present a unique solution that will solve what it is that they're emotionally worried about. But then from a logical standpoint, they want to pull the trigger today, or they want to pull the trigger now, right? Does that make sense?
Oh, big time. Big time. Big time. Alex, you got to give me a copy of this, man. This was like that other time when we were on there and Scott goes, "Oh, I hope we recorded this." This is another one of them moments. I'm sitting back going, you know how you start, dang, I can't write fast enough. Oh my God, Father, this is awesome,
I think
Alex.
I'll send you the video, but I think this might be good enough to send out to everybody.
This was awesome, actually.
So,
if I can be biased, and I'm talking about clarity, you talk about clarity. That's what this was like, clarity, like big dog. And God love them, the people that do these things. They get it to where it's really kind of like woo, all out there, and they got so much information to throw in. You're like, that's just what did I just read, dude? You like knocked it. Well, I can't say that one.
I'm glad. Well, I gotta take off now, but
no, we're good.
That helped.
Wow. Yeah. Just a bit. Okay. Oh my gosh, man. It was like such clarity to this. But yeah, please give me a copy of this. Alex, you did it again. Son of a gun. God, dog, bro.
I really
anyway, I'm gonna let you get going, but I got excuse my language. Damn.
All right, man. All right, Al. Appreciate you, man.
All right, appreciate you, man. Thanks,
Okay,
Alex.
buddy. See ya.
I got 3 pages, by the way.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Well, all right, let you go, man. Bye-bye.
Hey, by the way, so
yeah.
Let me ask you a question. So do you see how this could be a unique approach for you to change your sales?
Oh.
I just had to ask that question.
just a bit. Just a bit. Oh my gosh. That was like Elastic Man. It was like just a bit. Oh my God, Father. That was like
Sounds like you're committed to make a change then, huh?
Oh, just a bit. Like definitely, absolutely, like immediately. And check this out. And I feel confident about go ahead and give me some or get some leads, man. I'm like, shoot, I can do this. I can, and if nothing else, if I do start with the ethos, just go low dollar first and build it up. I'm good, dude. I'm like back to okay, cool. No,
that's so funny. All right,
salute.
Take care.
Thanks, Alex, man. Okay, appreciate you like you have no idea, bro. Thanks. Wow.